Chinese running shoes are having a moment right now, and leading the pack is the Li-Ning Red Hare 9 Ultra. This shoe is comfortable, it has 3 layers of foam, feels very different than anything I've ever run in, and is all around a really nice shoe. But how has it been over the course of 50 miles? Out of the frying pan, into the fire. It's spring now in February, and everything's wet. But I am in the Li-Ning Red Hare 9 Ultra for some recovery miles, because I am pretty cooked. Back-to-back doubles, as it turns out. That'll do you. That'll do you when you're not used to it. Especially since I was just feeling like actively sick by the end of my run yesterday. But we got through it. I had, I'll tell you about the rest of this on the road. So let's go.
You want better? Super boom pasta. Who's the running master? Who's the running master?
Okay, so yesterday, I am editing my video for you all, the comparison between the Azura and the Arrow Razor, and I realized I had forgotten to record an intro, so I pulled the memory card out of the slot and bring it down to the camera and record an intro. I made a word salad out of the intro, and because I didn't have any space on the memory card, I went to delete that video, the one that I messed up, and it said in the camera body, delete current frame or delete all frames, and I was like, well, of course I want to delete all frames of the video. A frame, according to Fujifilm, is not a frame. It is a video. So I deleted 256 gigabytes of video content, most of which I did not need, but it did include the actual review itself on that memory card. So I was very fortunate, through no knowledge of my own, to just proceed in the exact correct manner, which was pull the memory card out, bring it upstairs immediately, and look for a recovery tool. And I found one. I was free. I had to run it through Terminal in Mac, and I'm not like super familiar with Terminal, whatever. And it starts recovering the videos. It's a miracle. But at this point, it's 8:30 at night, and I'm like, not gonna have a video tomorrow because I don't have a recording to share. And so whatever, I go to sleep and I'm just trusting that it'll bring back the review that I had recorded the night before, and I'll finish and upload the video early in the morning. Which, thankfully, that's exactly what happened, and all was well. But that's why yesterday's video was posted like an hour and a half behind schedule. All because I am dumb and I deleted all of my videos for no reason. Li-Ning Red Hare 9 Ultra, giving Hoka CLX1 vibes today. Just like the really tall mid-foot stack plus happy making bounce. This is definitely a happy maker. I left the house today grumpy, and even inside of 2 miles, I'm a lot less grumpy. That's also running in general, though. Puts a smile on my face. You know, the Red Hare 9 Ultra really gives a lot of reward for low effort. I think initially I had been trying to use this in ways similar to the Mega Blast, because it's like for sure a super trainer of some sort, and it's just not like that. But when I put minimal effort in, I feel like I'm almost getting more out of it now than when I was trying to put more effort in. So I set out today with this being recovery minded, and it's still gonna be, but I'm gonna run based on effort, not based on pace range. Something about the shoes and the day itself are combining to make it feel like I could just run forever. It feels very effortless right now. Sort of like I'm in a dream or something. Am I in a dream? Let me know. One of the rare qualities of this shoe that I'm really enjoying today is that it does not seem to be egging me on to go quicker despite feeling good. Like, I feel really good right now, and typically when I'm in any shoe that makes me feel good, it is like, well, you should probably run really fast then, because if you feel good, that's what you're supposed to do. But in the Li-Ning Red Hare 9 Ultra, I'm good at a relaxed pace. I don't feel the need to like pick it up at all. And it's been true of this entire run so far. I've just been plugging and chugging like a good old steam engine with modern foam technology. This might just take over my recovery run shoe, except for like extreme cases. But I haven't felt this relaxed on a run in an extremely long time. I feel good. I don't feel the like endorphin high that I've been getting the last few days from the Aero Razor, and last week from the Azur. It's not the same like speed demon, teeth gritting, endorphin rush, like pure high that you get from running in those situations, but it's like I feel very relaxed, very at ease. Like my body is moving correctly, my form feels nice, and I don't feel out of breath at all. I don't have heart rate as a thing that I'm tracking on my watch. I had to check that, but I don't. And so I don't know if my heart rate's been lower than normal, but it sure feels like it. It's also, the weather is about 40 by now, I would say, maybe 38, because that's what it was when I left. I'm not that attuned to weather. But yeah, that plays a role for sure. What do you think? Should I stop at 13 or go to 13.1? What do you guys do? It'd be pretty weird if I didn't go to 13.1, but maybe that's the point. I can't not do it. I feel like my body will not let me stop running until I hit that extra point. I think running might be a mental disease. 13.1, 8:20 pace. That's way faster than I was expecting, or at least relative to the effort level that I put in. I was not trying that hard. That felt great. I mean, that was a great run. I love it when I feel rested from such a long effort. Definitely towards the end, I was feeling a little fatigued. Like, kind of my feet felt sore a little, but not in like a from hitting the ground soreness. Like they were working a little bit, maybe. Which would make sense. This is such a soft and specific type of experience underfoot that I think maybe, I just flexed the muscles in my feet a little bit. Didn't feel like anything bad. It feels like what I would expect the Nike proprioceptive slides to feel like, with the little balls in the midsole. Obviously, I don't know what that feels like, but that's sort of what my mind's image of that sensation feels like. God, yeah, I do suffer from run brain quite a lot. can't think very well after running. But yeah, so that was another 13 on the Li-Ning Red Hare 9 Ultra. And that means it's well over 50 miles on this pair of shoes. I think that's about 60 even. And that means I will be able to give you a more detailed breakdown. And with that, back to the studio. And we're back in the studio with the Li-Ning Red Hare 9 Ultra, and that was a really pleasant run. I've had my ups and my downs with this shoe, and throughout my ownership of it, it has been nothing short of remarkable the entire time. What do I mean by that? Well, it has a little bit of instability. I've taken it through blizzards, so I've had a lot of challenging runs in this shoe that would have been challenging in any shoe. And the way the foam feels underfoot is truly, completely unlike anything I've ever run in my life. So it was initially hard for me to get a read on this shoe. And I think that really until the last 2 runs that I had in it, I didn't have a good read on it. And now that I do, I feel like I have a good idea of what this is best used for me and my paces. And today was an excellent example of how I intend to use this in the future. So what was the run today? Well, yesterday, in order to understand today's run, yesterday and the day before have to be taken into context because I did 2 back-to-back doubles, and on my rolling week right now, I've hit into 100 miles. So if the rest of the week goes according to plan, I will be back up to 100 miles after a long hiatus from such lofty heights. And it's been a long week, but honestly, I feel great right now. I feel very fresh. But the previous 2 days really wore on me. By the end of yesterday in the afternoon on my second run, I was having extreme physical exhaustion symptoms. Like I was kind of falling apart on my second run of the day. And that's why I reached for the Li-Ning Red Hare 9 Ultra, because I was going to either run in this or the Puma Mag Max 2. And I kind of was feeling all right today, at least in the legs. Like there was nothing bothering me. And so I figured let's go for the more enjoyable out of the 2 options that I would use for slower, more recovery style runs. And the previous run that I did in this, that's where I sort of settled on the idea that this would probably be best suited for slower efforts or more recovery relaxed efforts. And I still completely identify with this shoe with that purpose, like in conjunction. But it is certainly not slow either. So I got back from the run today and I hadn't really been tracking my average pace the whole time. I'd been glancing down at my watch and I saw a wide range of paces because I do adjust intermittently throughout my run, as a lot of you as well might do. And so I didn't really know how fast I was running throughout the run. Wasn't paying much attention to it. And it was just 13.1 miles and was just sort of in the run the whole time. I was in a rhythm, thinking about stuff, living life, being in the moment, run stuff. And I got back and it showed an 8:20 pace, which for setting up camera shots and doing all the stuff that I do on the run, that's pretty on the low end of daily, right? I set out for a recovery run today. I was expecting something like 9-minute pace. And to come back and see that on my watch is like, I must have been moving through part of this run in the shoe and just not have realized it, which is a great sign. It clearly is assistive, but it's not assistive in a way where it's like urging you to go and chase down whatever pace, like, oh, look at this. I'm in an assistive shoe. I should probably push myself even harder. No, not the case. Like I didn't notice that I was pushing myself at all. I was just running relaxed and like really comfortably relaxed and wasn't thinking about it. And that's the result. That's the end state of me not thinking about it in the Red Hare 9 Ultra. And maybe I was just a little more well-rested than I gave myself credit for. I did sleep for 9 hours last night. So maybe that played a part of it. But my body had been through, what was it? It was like 32 plus another 7, so like 39 miles in 2 days. That's a lot of miles in 2 days. At least for me, it is. And yeah, I expected to be more tired today for this run, and I wasn't. And that is partially, I think, to the credit of the shoe. Partially, it's spring. It's becoming spring. It's even though it's late February, the snow is melting. It's all the ground's completely soaked right now. You could see grass for the first time in like a month and a half out here. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful time to be alive. And so I'm sure that I'm filled with a little bit of that energy as well, which will carry you through even some higher mileage weeks. But yeah, trying to describe what this felt like today, I think there's kind of two feelings that I'm getting from it depending on where I land. And when I land fully forefoot, like planted forefoot, I get this like slight squidge, this like to it a little bit, or more like or like I don't know. It's very subtle. It's very like jello-y and like but when I'm landing planted flat on the midfoot where the midfoot shank is, so it's a shank that goes over the boom capsule, the super boom, it feels different. It feels like the whole platform is one unified foam when I'm landing very midfoot. And I think that today, since I was, at a more relaxed feeling pace, I don't know, because it's hard to feel such things in such a highly stacked shoe. Like, it's really not easy to tell for me, where I'm putting my foot down on the ground first on runs like today in a shoe like this. But if I had to hazard a guess, I would say that I was probably landing a bit more midfoot, because there is a distinct feeling to it when, like, I could tell a bit more when I'm landing like perfectly midfoot in this, because it feels different than if I am up on my toes. And generally I could tell when I'm up on my toes because it feels like it. I don't know. I'm trying to explain something that's just very sensory reliant. And yeah, whatever it is, when I felt like I was landing midfoot, it felt like all of the energy from the super boom capsule just sort of plumed outwards in all of the directions, rather than like when you land forefoot, all of the foam coming to the rear of the shoe. And if you landed heel, all of the foam coming to the front of the shoe, giving a firm toe off. It felt like all of the like residual contained air inside the super boom unit sort of just plumed outwards in all directions, making it a bit more stable of a platform. So I didn't really have any instability issues with this today at all. But that's not always been the case. And that's not exactly true, because whenever I was trying to take a corner, I didn't like it. This is not a fun shoe to take corners in. Like, I do a lot of cornering on my runs because, I don't know, I get bored going in a straight line, so this is probably a me thing, but I'll do really convoluted routes throughout the city. It's also a city, so there's not any real long straightaways, not until all of the snow melts and we get access to some of the trails out here. Then there's some long straightaways. But yeah, this is not, for me, is not a shoe that's tailored towards making a bunch of turns, especially not quick ones, because it all just collapses inwards. And I mean, it's what are you going to do when it's a tall shoe with 3 layers of soft foam? You're going to have that be the case. And I do think that the engineers of the shoe, like, tried to mitigate that by adding sidewalls. So like not sidewalls from the foam, although there are like mild sidewalls from the foam as well, but the heel structure back here comes really far forward. So it's like the reinforced part goes probably about to even there. It's diagonal down, so it comes from like there and goes up, right? So like that. But I think that that's needed in a shoe like this. That said, I don't always love really reinforced heel collars like that. So it comes down to a preference thing, and it's really nitpicky. It's like an upper thing that is actually contributing to the stability of the shoe. So it's a positive of the shoe, but it's also not my favorite type of heel collar, generally speaking. I think it works here. It's just not what I would choose to have in my ideal shoe, generally. That said, the underfoot sensation, yeah, it's just so good. It's so, like, odd and, yeah, like, jello-y, but also, because the shoe is so cohesive, somehow still stable, it's very bouncy. It is vertically bounding. It's like a bounding shoe, and it's not like you couldn't have a high cadence in this, but it rewards, there's drills, like bounding drills. I don't, it's not exactly like that, but it's, I feel like a gazelle or something running in this, where I have a lot of airtime and I'm just bounding along. And yeah, it's super fun. Super boom, super fun. Thanks for watching. And as always, stay in motion.